welcome back, dears. In the last video, I have explained the first two stanzas of Amanda. There we have seen the poet describes Amanda, who is continuously instructed by her mother about do's and don'ts. In the first stanza, the poet says that Amanda's mother is pointing out her mistakes and asking her not to bite her nails. Then she tells her not to bend her back and shoulders, and she scolds her for walking in a lazy way with her head and shoulders hanging down and directs her to sit straight. By listening to all this, Amanda starts getting frustrated by her mother and starts imagining herself to be in a deep green sea. And there she is just imagining how blissful her life would be if she would be a sea god, a mermaid having a fish tail instead of legs. In the second stanza, we came to know that Amanda's mother is inquiring whether she has completed her homework or not. And then she asks her whether she has cleaned her room or not. And she is also reminding her to clean her shoes. And at this moment, Amanda visualizes herself as an orphan. She thinks that being an orphan, she can freely roam in the street because Amanda was lacking freedom in her life. And her mother was advising her to clean her shoes so that she lives a hygienic and healthy life, but Amanda took it in another way, that her mother is snatching her freedom. That's why she starts imagining that the life of an orphan is better than hers. Now we can focus on the last two stanzas of this poem. Stanza number 3 goes like this. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? I am Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I'll certainly never let down my bright hair. Here we can see Amanda's mother is disallowing her to eat even chocolates. She reminds her of her acne. Acne means pimples that Amanda faces due to eating chocolates. At last, mother scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. At this moment, Amanda imagines herself to be Rapunzel. Rapunzel was a character from a fairy tale that was captured in tower by a witch. The witch used to climb the tower with the help of long hair of Rapunzel that were let down by her through the window. So now Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she feels that life in the tower will be peaceful and unusual. She thinks she will be free and live in a peaceful environment in the tower. And she also confirms to herself that she will never let her hair down to anyone so that nobody could come to her in the tower. Now let's have a look at the literary devices used in this stanza. First of all, we have allusion. Allusion means we are using a very famous object or a character or an animal, bird or anything in the poem. That is called allusion. And here we have a very famous fairy tale character, that is Rapunzel. That is why the poetry device is allusion. Then we have assonance. Assonance means use of a vowel sound. And here we can see two vowels have been repeated, that is E and O. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you? E sound and O sound is being repeated. In the words you, please, look, me, speaking, you, when. These are the words where we can see the repetition of the vowel sound. Then we have consonants. Consonants in Rapunzel, I have not a care, bright hair. See, consonants and alliteration, you should not get confused. Alliteration means a repetition of the consonant sound will be in the beginning of any word. But consonants means it can be in any part of the word. The consonant sound can be repeated in any part of the word. And here we can see R sound is repeated in the beginning of Rapunzel. Then care it is towards the last. Then bright it is in the beginning. And hair again at last. So that is why it is consonants. It is being repeated at different parts of the words. Then we have, as usual, a repetition, because the word Amanda is repeated many times in several parts. That is why it is a repetition. And last but not least, we have the rhyme scheme. That is, here we have the rhyme scheme is A, F, A, G, G, G. And I hope in the last video I have told you to find out the rhyme scheme of the first two stanzas, and I hope you find it out. And here we can see Amanda and Amanda is rhyming same like in the first stanza, so we have given them A. Then U is not having any similar sound. That is why we hear it is alone there, F sound, F letter we have given. Then we have care, rare, hair. So the rhyme scheme is A, F, A, G, G, G. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You're always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. In these lines, Amanda's mother is warning her for behaving in a very odd manner. She asks her to stop being in a bad mood. Moreover, she blames her of having such an unstable mood. Such a mood swing Amanda is having. And she also scolds her by saying that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being harassed by her mother. So here we can say that though Amanda is always pointed out by her mother on very small petty things, but she can't react to this. If she reacts towards this by getting emotional, her mother takes this against her sense of pride and scolds her that she should not behave like this, as others would think that Amanda's mother is very dominating towards her child. In this stanza, we don't have many poetry devices. Simply, we have alliteration, repetition, and rhyme scheme. So, alliteration means repeating a consonant sound in the beginning of words. And here we can see S sound is being repeated. The consonant sound S is repeated in the beginning of the word. Stop that sulking. S sound is repeated. But if the S sound was repeated in any part of the word or words, then it would be consonants. And next we have a repetition. Repetition means a repeating of a word or a phrase in any part of the sentence. And here the word Amanda has been repeated. And last we have the rhyme scheme, and the rhyme scheme is A, because Amanda word is repeated 3 times and we have simply U. Now we can say that the poem Amanda just focuses on the upbringing of a small child, and her name is Amanda. This poem focuses on the struggles which a child is facing in her or his life. And the poet makes the important point that the children should never be deprived of their freedom. And however, it is the parents who are responsible for the upbringing of their child. They should be having a mentality to give enough freedom to their kid. So I hope this poem is completely relatable to few of us. And if you have any doubt, please do clarify at the earliest. Thank you for watching.